54 of this Titanic currently exist at this moment. This includes variations. Now, I totally didn't even see on the blog that this Titanic is only available at House 5 with the Coffin egg. Now that the new combo machine with the newly updated stuff is finished, now it's time for the new trophy hunting to start. Okay, so this morning I saw the Tasmanian Devil actually just be at 0. Now, I know everybody has a lot of questions about this. If you have something in here that's already pending, like you went to bed and you just woke up and you just see a 0, you could still claim it. But do not go out into the trade plaza and go buy any more of these huge Frankenpups. You will not be able to recraft it. It is completely done. Now, since I am such a phenomenal reader, I only saw this portion right here where it says that you can basically get the new stuff from the new eggs, and I assume that it could have been any eggs. Nay, no. It was somewhat near the middle page area where it says the final egg has a chance to hatch the Titanic Vampire Agony, and the final 3 eggs have a chance to hatch 3 huge new pets. That's where my confusion came in. So this is how much I personally pay attention to when I read. There is a new gargantuan that they also added within the Raffle System, and it is this gargantuan skelemelon. There's only one in existence, and it can only be obtained through the Raffle System here. I figured I would point that out because I didn't even realize it until I looked at the blog. Now, skipping forward back into the event, let's go ahead and get started with this. If you're brand new, hi, I do a lot of stuff now, and you should totally subscribe. Make sure you guys do like the video, as it does help me come out with more content as I choke on air. Now, it is Wednesday, so I would have already expected that a majority of you guys, if not if everybody, has everything maxed out. If you don't, make sure you have your Titanic completely maxed out, likewise with the huges. 2, if you want a higher chance of getting these coffin eggs way more often, remember what I told you guys in the last video. Very quickly, make sure you use these. I had about 3 billion coins this morning, so I had to do about 30 minutes of this. So expect to use these whenever you need them. Now, because I am going to be placing down these eggs, I do need to use the Halloween Lucky Egg. Now, I'm not sure if this will affect, and I highly doubt this will affect the huges and the Titanics that could come out of this. But still, I like the placebo of it being possible. That, and I'm not 100% sure what the chance rate is if you were to get one of these, but kind of seeing the low hatch rate of the Titanic in general kind of gives me an idea. Hopefully you guys ended up either 1, crafting the Titanic, or 2, sold all the huges before the entire event's combo machine completely depleted. What's crazy is I'm not going to be able to tell if I get anything because my in-game volume is actually muted, so I should probably put on some earbuds or something. Yeah, let me go ahead and put some earbuds on, because if something pops out, I'm not going to know. Okay, my earbuds are plugged in. I'm ready to go. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you guys have actually hatched any of the huges too. I've been reading some of your guys' comments. Some of you have been opening up like hundreds of eggs, some even thousands, and they haven't even gotten to the huge. Personally, for me, I've opened up at least 1,000 plus of these coffin eggs. And to be honest, I'm not really expecting too much. Okay, so I'm a little under 200 right now, and it's so hard to keep track of this. Now that I realize it too, I mean, this event actually had like 3 Titanics included in this, 2 from the combo Matic machine, 1 from here. I won't count the Raffle System and the Lucky Block because those aren't really theoretically like an event. But for this one, I think that was actually pretty generous because usually it's just 1 Titanic per event. Okay, so I have 118 of these coffin eggs left, so does it seem like I'm gonna get it? Maybe if you guys saved up the eggs all the way up until maybe Friday and you're opening up like a couple of thousand, maybe I could see it being possible. Or maybe somebody might get really lucky with a few hundred eggs. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes this little coffin egg, it shakes 4 times, and I hate it when it shakes 4 times because I think something is gonna come out of it that's really good. I don't know if you guys heard it shake 4 times, but it usually shakes 3. When it does the 4, I freak out. All right, so we're continuing this. We have 88 eggs left now. Dude, I'm anticipating. Maybe if I just say like, oh, maybe I'm never getting this Titanic. Maybe it might just come out and be like, no, Vapor Baby. No, I'll definitely come out and say hi. You gotta be pessimistic about it. Or maybe not. Maybe you just gotta be super positive and pretend. We love pretending positivity over here. I can't. Even if I don't get it, it's fine. Again, this is just surfacing, like, showing you guys, like, how hard this can be. Will it drive me insane? Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've been here for hours doing this. Every single time that I want to go ahead and try to get a ton of coins for these things and then planting them, yeah, sure. I might be going crazy. I might be out of my mind. But for those that are curious about this Titanic, you could still get it. But it's definitely, like, not like the combined. You cannot go up to it and be like, hey, you know, do you guys have this to go get this? No, it's not like that. This one requires crazy grinding, dude. I'm not even kidding. Like I said, even if I don't get it, I would still like to get the Spectral deer because that thing looks really cool. I think I only want this Titanic because there's only like a little amount of this Titanic. I like Titanics that are extremely limited. Now that might change at the very end of the day, the more that people realize that you could still get this one. All right, so that is it. Our coffin eggs are done for now. It looks that like that's a GG's on my end, but we could still get the huge that's from the final 3 eggs. So it is these. Well, I mean, technically, wouldn't it count for the coffin, the Reaper, and the spider egg? I have a ton of the Reaper ones, so I could try to do those. If I get any other huge except for the deer, I'm gonna be so sad. Guys, I don't know if I have the mental fortitude for this. Oh my gosh, dude, I literally opened up like 20 eggs of this one. I'm already done. Okay. Let's pause for a second. Let's pause. Okay, so somebody has a Golden Titanic Vampire Agony for the best offer currently right now is 34 billion. Now, I know nobody really cares for golden stuff too much, but 34 billion? So out of sheer curiosity, because there is an existence here, there is not going to be somebody that doesn't want to sell this ASAP. I know somebody's going to be selling this, but I want to know how much the normal variant is going for. If the server will load! Oh my gosh, dude, the server is full. Please work. I want to see. Oh my gosh, dude, it's always popping up the full thing. Come on. Wait, I can finally see how much this person wants for it. Oh my goodness. And if it's the only one that's available right now. All right, so we have somebody here who has it. That's it? They only want 40 billion. Now, when I say only, I know everybody's gonna say like, wow, Vapor Baby only said only? Let's put it into perspective on other Titanics. Now, we have other Titanics inside of the game that are either one, super duper common, like you'll see thousands of them inside of the game, but you'll also see different ones that have a very low existence count. Take, for example, the Arcane Pyrocat, the Atlantean Jellyfish, the regular Arcane Cat, the Bejeweled Griffin, the Blobfish, though I would say this is an exception though, because this is from a plushie and a plushie only, the Titanic Buff Tiger, but nobody really cares for this one too much because people think it's ugly, but there's still only 76 inside of the game. I know design plays a huge part in like what makes it more valuable. The Corrupt Agony, though I would consider this to be an earlier release versus something that just recently came out. There's still only 49 in existence. And if we do plan on getting a new update this weekend, which it would be kind of hard to tell because I'm not sure if they're doing weekly or bi-weekly updates. If it's weekly, then we have 3 days theoretically to get this before it changes out for something completely different. This 49, 54 could change to maybe 100. Now, personally, I would say like the Vampire Agony is probably going to be your higher end Titanic right now. And that's only if it stays at the current price that it does and with the amount of them spawning in. Normally when we see Titanics, it's usually ones that are just worth 4 billion to maybe 15 billion. Those are your lower end Titanics. Honestly, I would classify mid-tier at 15 and above. Your higher end, I would literally say 35 billion and higher. But remember though, the Vampire Agony has to stay at a certain amount for it to maintain that tier. The more that people end up getting this, then it's going to slowly fall off. Now, I do want this Spectral deer, but I don't know how much it's going to be worth, so that's what we're going to end up doing right now. Sweet, I found one for 500 million gems. I don't mind spending that much anyways. I know they used to be like a billion plus at some point. I know more of these are going to pop up more and more because the event is officially over for the Combino Matic. So even if this deer ends up losing value because more comes out, I don't mind. This is actually a really cool looking huge. Okay, so there is no wrap on it yet, but I do want to name it. Perfect. His name is Bob. I don't think I would have expected anything else from myself. But I love having huges or anything else inside of the game that's a little bit more harder to get because I like collecting those. The rarer it is, it's gonna end up just staying in my inventory because I don't plan on selling it. And I usually have like a dedicated box, whichever one of these box actually has like all of the stuff that I normally collect and I don't end up selling or trading. Like stuff in my own personal box. And to be honest, a lot of these things kind of remind me of last year's Christmas event where it was very limited, but they were also really hard to get. And it still maintained its value and actually going up. But it just depends on how long you plan on playing Pet Simulator 99, whether there's updates or not. So it's totally up to you. That's what I like to invest my gems into, in just saving and not selling or trading any of them, but that's where most of my gems go, unless I'm testing. But yeah, again, no luck this time. I would really suggest hoarding a ton of those coffin eggs and popping any of those egg boosts, even though they may or may not even affect the Titanic or the Huges. Still, I like the placebo that it gives, the glimmer of hope that we might have. Maybe next time, I'll keep on trying, but we still, again, we might have 3 days, we might have an entire week. Who knows? Only time will tell. Until then, that is pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully you guys end up getting really lucky with the Titanic or any of the Huges. Again, if you are brand new, hi, I do a lot of stuff. Wow, woo-wee, ha ha ha. Make sure you guys do like the video as it does help me come up with more content like this for you guys. And until then, I will see you guys all in the next video. Okay, bye!